Good evening, Ape Nation. Guys, how the hell are you? It is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. GME today, one of our meme stocks, closed up 7.5% at 124.29. And AMC, the main squeeze, up 15.28%. Closing the day to 1894. That's up 30%, guys, in the last 48 hours. Tremendously bullish. We saw the overall market today absolutely crush it with revenue and earnings coming back really good for Uber and Disney, a couple of the big companies. So nothing to complain about, right? We've seen a somewhat of a rebound in the past week or so. That all could change tomorrow morning with CPI data. Make sure you guys keep that in the back of your mind. Hope those numbers tomorrow are going to be low and come in lower than estimates, hopefully a lot lower, or at least pray they don't come in much higher than estimated. All right, so let's talk about a few things that are making AMC incredibly bullish right now to possibly, newer investors or institutional buyers or day traders. What are we looking at? Let's get into some news for AMC. Good news, bullish news. But before we do that,
cue the speeders.
So if you guys make it to the end of the video, I'm going to give an update on what happened this morning with my meeting. And we'll go over the poll real quick that you guys voted on. But first, let's get into this. Our biggest hater, probably the biggest hater of retail by far, has got to be Charles Gasparino. And just 4 days ago, he wrote an opinion piece in the New York Post entitled, "Share the AMC Insanity. Ape Cult hits its last stand as stock falters." Now, I don't know maybe if Charles was up drinking when he posted this, but it's from 9:54 p.m. So in the article, Gasparino says the AMC cult begins with an odd theory. The shares are secretly controlled by a cabal of evil hedge funds that want to put the company out of business by illegally shorting the stock. In a regular short sale, a trader borrows a stock, sells it, and then hopefully buys the stock at a lower price to return to the lender. Hedges, the conspiracy goes, take it a step further by magically creating fake or synthetic shares that put enormous downward pressure on the stock. They had their way for years until the so-called apes got involved. He goes on, talks about disastrous fundamentals, crushing the bad guys, how we got it to 70, and he finishes it up. But people get hurt believing in stuff that defies rational thought, and the AMC cult is and will be no different. Eleanor Tourette of Fox Business listened in on a group call where one of the aforementioned apes said, "To you new apes, I know you are all red. I get it. I didn't sell at 77. I'm not selling now. I've lost enough to buy a house with cash." This gent said he bought in January, so he's still in the green for now. Many others won't be so lucky because cults, not to mention pyramid schemes, never end well. And he goes on and compares us to QAnon. And all I can say is, Charles, I'd like to see what your article will say tonight. If you were to put up an article after we're up 30% in the past 48 hours, are you still sticking with that story? Just curious. Because 4 days ago, it looked like we were toast. And now we've just climbed 30% in the last 48 hours. So guys, congratulations to holding on. If you are still green right now, you happen to be one of the lucky ones that got in early, you're still good, right? It's everyone who came in after June that I'm really feeling for right now, because I know you guys are really, really hurting in the red. Especially if anyone who bought in over 50 or 40 right now. I mean, I understand you're getting crushed. So let's give you some good news and let's reestablish some conviction in AMC and what they are doing. All right, so we're going to try to zip through all of the news really quickly. This article is from yesterday. It goes on talking about how AMC is soaring because of news that came out that the company has confirmed it's reached agreements for 2 new theaters in San Diego, California and Washington, D.C. One of them actually is right across where I used to work when I was in school out there in La Jolla, and it's really a nice place where the theater is. So I don't remember what it was back then, but It's a good high traffic area. They should get good numbers there. In DC, again, another high traffic area. The article goes on to say, what does this mean for AMC stock? Well, the party isn't over for entertainment. AMC stock is a clear case of what can happen when a meme stock seems any meaningful catalyst. And while the stock may still have a dedicated following, Wall Street is turning its attention to companies with ties to the metaverse and virtual reality spaces for entertainment plays. More theaters won't solve the problem that AMC is facing. Just as there is no way home for Spider-Man, there likely isn't one for AMC stock. Well, I beg to differ, because we also got this article. AMC promising NFTs to early buyers of Batman tickets. AMC Entertainment has announced its latest bow to the crypto community and its investor fan base, a limited edition, non-fungible token for buyers of certain tickets to the upcoming hero film, The Batman. And in Seeking Alpha's article, they go on to explain exactly how you can get this NFT, the time frames, what you need to do in order to be eligible for it. So definitely, guys, if you get a chance, go take a look at this AMC article from Seeking Alpha from, I believe this was from Monday. But bullish news, good bullish news. ARON is keeping up with the Joneses as far as taking AMC into the next decade or millennium, or however you want to look at it. And then finally, guys, there's an article here from The Street. This is from yesterday. It says AMC stock, it's all in the ape's hands. Since AMC was taken over by an ape army, its stock has been in the hands of its shareholders. In the article here, they go on to talk about how retail is still owning right around about 70% of the float of the 513 million shares, 32% by institutions, and under a percentage point still for insiders, meaning executives at AMC. They also say that BlackRock and Vanguard hold almost 20% of this stock, guys. Keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe for later this week, we should talk about this. Now, here's why I want to get into the juice of this article and why I want to pinpoint this as probably the most bullish news. One of the biggest, if not biggest, complaints of AMC shareholders about the recent trading performance of the stock has to do with alleged irregularities in the transparency of stock market trades. The buzz around this issue has reached the ears of the SEC. A few months ago, the SEC issued a report with some conclusions related to the trading activity of GameStop shares in January 2021 and what happened to AMC similarly in June 2021. In this report, they go on to say, we're talking about forcing restricted trading here, digital engagement practices, payment for order flow, dark pool trading, market dynamics of short selling. And in his conclusion in the article, he says, looking at the glass half full, the underperformance of speculative assets is generalized across crypto, growth, and meme stocks and isn't specifically AMC's problem. However, when looking at the glass half empty, AMC shareholders possess perhaps the biggest psychological challenge to date. With a record decrease, diamond hands need to hold their positions and engage the ape communities to buy the dip. That is the truth of the matter. As long as we continue to hold and can hold this position, this estimated position of 70% in the hands of retail, then at some point it's going to come down to the fact that retail are the majority shareholders, and ultimately we will decide where the price goes. You can tell me as many times as you want that this is a managed event and everyone behind the scenes is working to do something over here and something over here. And I say to you, no one can manage my shares. I sell them when I want to sell them, and I buy them when I want to buy them. So they can try to manage whatever they would like behind the scenes, but they can't manage my portfolio. I can do that. That's why I try to not use that managed event word, because how do you manage 5 million different shareholders? You can't. Now, with that news comes an update for you guys. Last Saturday night in the live stream, we talked about the meeting I was having today with someone who can possibly help retail going forward. I don't believe that we are strong enough, just as retail investors, to push for change. I think it has to come from legislation within the Congress. People have to get their feet held to the fire. And I'm just going to say this before I announce anything. The meeting went very well today. I have a couple things to follow up with on tomorrow, and hopefully Friday night I'll be able to sit down and get a live stream going, and I will explain to you everything that is going on. And I'm hoping everyone will join so I can get some feedback and let me know, is this a waste of time? Is it possible going this direction that we could actually get some change implemented and get rid of these practices? And guys, by the way, on the poll, thank you so much. We had 500 people who voted. 75% came in and said dark pools was our biggest problem. And a lot of people also said all of the above, but I didn't put that as a category. I will next time. But yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for this news Friday night. So I hope you come by and see the live stream. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there for tonight. I hope that news helps you a little bit calm down and relax and know that there's millions of us out there and we have your back. Just as you got my back, I got your back. I hodl for you, you hodl for me. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for all the likes, the views, the comments, my new subscribers, my OGs. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are here to break the wheel. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.